The first thing Emily noticed was the cold. Not the clean November cold outside, though that had followed her in on the soles of her boots. This was older. It lived in the sink, in the pantry latch, in the enamel basin by the back door. When she set the cardboard box on the table and pulled off her gloves, finger by finger, the cold climbed straight into her wrists, as if the house had been keeping a season of its own. Rachel had been dead 6 weeks. The farmhouse had always seemed larger in memory. As a girl, Emily had thought it endless. Stairwells that swallowed voices, closets full of coats no one wore and no one threw away, rooms that could hold whole winters. Now the ceiling bowed beneath the kitchen light. Wallpaper had lifted near the back door like old skin split open. Even the silence felt used. 6 weeks of casseroles and signatures, condolence cards and account closures. The body had filled the hours at first. Then the paperwork had taken over. The box was ordinary except for the handwriting across the lid. Brown cardboard. One side bowed slightly from damp. Black marker in Rachel's neat hand.
Church basement, winter clothes.
Her mother lied in labels the way some women lied in conversation, politely, competently, as if sparing everyone unnecessary trouble. The box had not been in the church basement. Emily had found it on the top shelf of the hall closet, behind choir binders and a cracked humidifier, only because she had reached farther back than usual. Emily turned the phone face down. The voicemail had reduced the house and fields to nouns she distrusted.
Property, holdings, disposition.
Emily slid out the top sheet. The paper was thin, the ink browned with age, the date from the 19th century. She read enough to feel the floor shift by an inch. Figures, weather, oats, a signature delayed, a mother not to be told yet. Land appeared not as inheritance, but as burden, leverage, obligation, the kind of thing that might save a household or finish it, depending on who had already promised what. Names gathered across the table: Samuel, Ruth, Elias, Sarah, Clara, women tucking papers where no one thought to look, men signing, borrowing, swearing. Children entered and omitted.
Panic was a luxury women with children could not afford.
Her phone buzzed again. One new message. Luke. His name had lived too long in the family as something half-spoken and half-corrected, a fact too alive to deny and too dangerous to seat properly at the table. His message was brief.
Did she leave anything for me?
No hello. No accusation. Just a question simple enough to feel indecent. Rachel had left many things. That much was clear. But leaving was not the same as giving. Emily reached for the dish towel. The object inside was heavier than she expected. The cloth loosened at the corners as she set it on the table, and the wood complained. Inside was a metal deed box, the old kind with a handle and a narrow keyhole. Painted black once, but worn to iron at the edges. A yellowing label had been pasted to the lid decades earlier.
Whitmore Farm, private.
Below both, in Rachel's later, darker handwriting, were 3 more words.
Not private forever.
Emily stared until the words blurred. For one absurd second, Emily wanted her mother so badly that she bent over the box as if the wanting had struck her physically. Not the saint from sympathy cards. Just Rachel in an old cardigan, one hand in dishwater and the other reaching for a pencil, saying something dry and exact that would make the world manageable again. Instead, there was only the kitchen, the cold, the papers, and the house holding its breath. Emily laid her palm flat on the lid. The metal was colder than the table. She did not open it. Not because she lacked curiosity, and not because she was afraid of what might be inside. She did not open it because once she did, the day would become something else. The box would stop being inheritance and become evidence. Whatever had been buried here had not been hidden from Emily exactly. It had been timed. The box is only the beginning. Across generations, letters, ledgers, land, debt, faith, and family silence will lead Emily toward the truths her mother preserved, and the people those truths may free or wound. Continue the story in Not Private Forever, a novel of family, land, and inheritance by Anna E. Valeford, available in Kindle and paperback on Amazon. The link is below.